Nestor. You want to come up here? Did you want to come up here? Come on. There you go. Here he is. There's the channel mascot making his obligatory appearance at the beginning of the live stream. How's he doing? Nestor. He's a big old cat. Looking for the moths. And no, I see one. Oh, there's a moth up there on the wall. What you gonna do about it? Can't get it up that high. Well, hello, funeral host. How you doing? On time. Good job. Yes, I know. Hey, Tony. Christina. Christy Hall? Mall. Christy Mall. Hello, Be a Painter. Roy and Marie, how's it going? Hookah Dave, yeah, you saw Nestor was here for a minute. Yeah, it rained pretty good today. Thankfully enough, the flea market was over a few minutes before it started raining, so good timing. It got me at the end of the day yesterday. So, Hookah Dave, thank you. Love and respect for you. Thank you, Hookah Dave. Wow, awesome. Sit closer to the microphone. All right. Let me pull it in a little closer. Yep. Let's see. So how is everybody today? Oh my goodness. Danielle. Good grief. Thank you. And you're probably going to say something about me picking up the tab at the Mexican restaurant. About that. But, well, anyway, you know how it goes back and forth. Yes, congrats on the monetization. Thank you. If y'all just heard that, that was Nestor running his head through the pet door. Nestor, why are you running right into the pet door at full speed? And then just laying down? Got more energy than he knows what to do with. Hello, Dan the Mountain Man. How you doing? Mare Bear. Enjoyed the Anarchista video. Thank you. Misfits and Dreamers. Wow. Congrats on the monetization. Well, thank you. Thank you. It's been a few days. I had somebody tell me that they were annoyed with how many ads were on the video, my longer video, so I'm trying to cut that down a little bit. You might want to look into a shotgun mic or boom mic if you're going to sit that far from the mic on your phone. Mics aren't the best when it comes to live streaming. Very true. That is true. You know, now that I have a studio, I could look into getting like a whole setup. You know, one of the microphones with the, what do they call that little disc? I want to call it a spit guard, but I know it's not. Oh! NTD. NDT. Ugh. Thank you. Thank you for that. Awesome. Man. Wow. Well, I put out 5 videos this week. There we go. Pop guard. I was saying spit guard. Spit guard is what they had at the buffet restaurants, right? Salad bars and stuff. I say had because buffet restaurants are kind of thing of the past now. Pop filter is all I have known them by. Not sure the name. The pop guard. Yeah. So I could have like my headphones on and the pop guard and the big shotgun microphone and all of that. Yeah, I've been to conventions where they talked about getting a real fancy setup for like a podcast and things like that. Those are some of the stuff that um, they suggest. So I actually have a mixing board and professional microphones that I used to use on a podcast that I did back in the early 2000s, but um, that's all locked up in my storage room, my storage building back in Atlanta. Still haven't got that yet. Bone Daddy 2, hi Ashtoons, Travels and all. Hey, how you doing? Snot Guard. Oh my goodness, Snot Guard. So you guys, this week, something I'm really wanting to do is Booger Guard. Something that I'm really wanting to do is fix up the display on my caricature booth. Because right now, the displays that hang on the sides are duct taped to old plastic frames that I bought at Walmart like years and years ago. And they work really well. They worked, I should say worked as in like the past. They have worked pretty good up until now. They're starting to fall apart. And the duct tape keeps giving way under the sun, and then I have to reapply it. It leaves a bunch of gummy marks on it, and it's getting very ratty and ugly looking, as well as the sandwich board sign, business cards. Yeah, that's something else I need to do. Is the person who holds you Kleenex holds your Kleenex. Hi Troll, glad you're back safe. Yes. Yeah. Troll actually left this morning. She left this morning and got back to Live Oak, Florida at about 6 o'clock today. So made good time, and she's back now. She's back safe, so we're all happy about that. Anyway, so this week I've got to rebuild that stuff. I have to. I've got parts of my easel that are starting to bend and get a little crooked, so I've got to reinforce that. I have to rebuild the displays on the sides of my booth and also the sandwich board. It's going to be a little hard to do because I don't want to build it out of wood, because I need something that can get wet and then dry over and over and not warp. Oh, 7:30. She got back at 7:30. So, what I'm thinking is I'm going to use pop rivets and aluminum fittings. So it's going to be a lot of drill press, a lot of rivets, and aluminum, which is going to be kind of expensive. But that's the only thing I can think of, because aluminum is light for one thing. It's durable, holds a lot of strength, it does not rust. And so I need to build a sandwich board. Oh, thank you. Story has it. Awesome. Wow, thank you guys so much. So I'm going to have to rebuild all that. And I need to do it before the fairs start back up. I've got the one that's coming up in September to, what is it? No, it's, yeah, that's right. It's at the end of October. At the end of October into November. It's called the Gateway Fair in Lake City, Florida. That's the only fair I've really got scheduled for the rest of this year. But I want to get the display rebuilt before then, and also it needs to look good for the flea market. And the flea market might not be the fanciest place, but you know, I want my booth to look good. So, oh, it's raining there again, funeral host. Wow. And then you're just real close to here. I wonder why it's not raining here. So I've got to rebuild that. That's going to be a different kind of building than what I'm used to. I've done a lot of wood building over the past few months, but to do pop rivets and aluminum building, I don't know. It's going to be a lot of using the angle grinder and Probably a lot of tiger paw too, I'm guessing. But once it's done, though, it should be something that's going to last me for a long time. Uh, so that's something I'm hoping to do this week. Um, Other than that, I can't say I have really any other plans other than a few like cooking videos and things like that. So this week is going to be build videos and the cooking videos. I have a few more ideas how I'm going to do my spice rack, so I'm gonna try to get that done this week. Uh, pop pop sockets. What are pop sockets? Oh, I do plan on doing some live streams this week too, because I'm hoping I'm going to get some more pet portrait orders that come in. But even if not, then I do have other artwork that needs to be done, like the designs for the T-shirts. I know you were about to say that, Troll, Danielle. I know you were about to say you got to work on your T-shirt design for the Teespring account. So yeah, that's something else that I want to do this week. So that should be enough to keep me busy, I think. Pop sockets are those things you can put on backs of cell phones. Oh yeah, I forgot about those. Hold them to your hand easier. Cooking with my mom. I don't know. That's completely up to her. I've let her know that people want to see it, so we'll see. It's soon in the live stream. Oh well. Uh, I decided about going to the B-Jam meetup. Beth Hammer. That's going to be great. Yes. Um, yeah, so that's something else that's happening later this week. Not this week, but this month. Later this month. I think it's the last weekend of this month, I believe. So there's that. Cooking with the Rollins. There you go. So, I seem to have gotten a lot of positive comments about the videos that I did this week. The Cades Cove and Anarchista. I think I did pretty good on those. I like that. Um, now, um, yeah. Never ending in it felt. The closer I got to home, the longer it felt. Yeah. Well, thank you, Mary Bear. Yeah. So, hey, is that place that you and Troll went to used to be called Ober Gatlinburg? I have not heard that. I hadn't heard that. Danielle, do you know anything about, was it renamed to Anarchista from something else? They're watching you. What are you going to do? Oh, they're opposite ends. Okay. So, yeah, I've got some cooking videos and stuff coming up. But one thing I'm wanting to do, and this is something I probably should have done a while back, Anarchist is on the opposite side of Gatlinburg. Ober Gatlinburg is still open. Okay. No, Ober Gatlinburg might be something I want to make a video about at some point. Sounds like you have a lot of crickets. Lots of crickets. And I'm actually hearing a horse because the person that lives next to us actually has horses. Oh, thank you, Be a Painter. Wow. Well, that didn't take you long, did it, Nestor? He can't hardly relax with all these bugs flying around. Thank you, Be a Painter. Wow. So, let's see. You can do ice skating. Hmm. Yeah. Boy, I look rough. I haven't shaved in a couple of days. How's Nestor doing? Oh, Nestor's just as bratty as ever. He's doing just fine. Oh, yeah, something I didn't mention to you guys. I actually took Nestor to the vet a few days ago. Years ago, another theme park was in the same area as Anarchista. Oh. Ober-Gatlinburg has a chairlift just like Anarchista does. I do remember Ober-Gatlinburg having an ice skating rink. Let's see. And snow tubing. Wow. Did they have some kind of ice bumper boat type thing up there too? Man, there is just so much to do in Gatlinburg. There's really no end to it, it seems like. Yeah, I took Nestor to the vet a few days ago, but only because I needed to make sure that his shots were up to date for this year. So I got him up to date on his, what was it? It was distemper and something else. And while he was there, I had them take another look at his ears, because you guys know that he's had trouble with his ears. When he was a kitten, he had ear mites. That was one of the first things I had to get treated whenever I got him, because he kind of came from a barn, and so he had ear mites, so I had those treated. But after the ear mites cleared up, there was still some aggravation in his ears that led to an ear infection. And I had that treated too. So I had them take another look at his ears, and they're clear. They're totally clear now. So his ears are completely healed up. So that much is good. Also, when he was down in Indiana, I had a vet take a look at him there when I had his shots updated then. That was when I was doing the Banks of the Wabash Festival. You don't need to do the shots. They are highly toxic. Dan, what was the name of the theme park? Yeah, I had a vet look at him then, and I was just like, just look him over and see if there was anything wrong with him that you think might keep him from traveling. This was back when he was like a year old, because I was still kind of deciding whether or not he would be a traveling cat. And they said that they heard a heart murmur when they listened to his heart. And so they said it didn't sound like it was all that bad, but she said that there was a heart murmur there. So I had the vet listen for a heart murmur last week when I took him in, and she said she couldn't hear one. So either it cleared up, or the vet over in Indiana may have gotten it wrong, or anyway, at any rate, even if there is a heart murmur there, it's not enough to be real obvious. So that's good. Earwax makes a cat scratch his ears. Okay. Not sure if you can see the old chairlift. Dan the Mountain Man. Are you talking about Ghost Rider in the Sky in Maggie Valley, North Carolina? So anyway, that's just a long. Somebody asked me how Nestor was doing, and that's kind of, I wanted you guys to know that he's doing pretty good. I had him checked up. As a matter of fact, they said that he's actually a little heavy. They said he's about 1 pound overweight. So I've been putting less food in his bowl, and he's not happy about it. But you know, I've been putting less food in his bowl and giving him fewer treats, hoping maybe his weight will drop down a little bit. But yeah, he's big, but he's not, chonkers, as they say. Too many treats. Yeah. Yeah, Nestor's doing good, and he's gotten to where he runs headlong right through the pet door, and then he'll run down to his catio and back up. And he kills lots of green grasshoppers, the big ones. He likes those. He takes them inside and then kills them on the ground in front of me. I guess he wants to show off. But yesterday he brought in a praying mantis, which I wasn't happy about. I don't like you to kill praying mantises because they kill like ladybugs and stuff, like the pest. Yeah, I want the praying mantises to be around. Dan the Mountain Man. Okay, I was going to say that place has been closed since 2000 or 2001, is abandoned. A lot of Uber explorers have been doing videos on it lately. The abandoned lift is from Fun Mountain on the north end of Gatlinburg Strip. So the urban explorers. I actually used to watch a few of those. They get kind of boring after you've watched them for a while, for a little while. I've started watching some of Exploration Unknown's videos, though. The ghost stuff. Some of that can be kind of interesting. He doesn't. He'll like know the story behind it. He'll show the area. Might do a little bit of the instrument readings and stuff like that. So I think he keeps it a little more interesting than just walking around. Anarchista is the old Arrow craft building. Okay. Carpetbagger did a video about it. Okay, well that's cool. Okay, something else that happened this week, and this was something kind of odd. Something, I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think of this. There was a guy that came by my booth that his name was Red. His TikTok name was Red. Right? Very simple. My name, everybody knows me on TikTok as Red. And you could tell how he got that name because he had a beard as long as a dwarf on the Hobbit movies. I mean, it was like way down to here. And it was completely red. It was like a dark red. My little pup has tried to bring me in to bring me in a chair leg through the doggy door in the past. People, dear, okay. People throw out deer here during deer season. A whole deer leg. Oh my goodness. That would have been scary, I'm sure. Okay, so he comes by my booth, and he said that he had over 300,000 subscribers on TikTok. And he didn't just tell me this. He actually pulled it up on his phone. I don't know how he got service, because it's got terrible service over there. Maybe he just had the right network or whatever. And he indeed showed it to me on his phone, and he had like 301K subscribers on TikTok. It's amazing. And what he was really good at was doing chug videos. And that's where, and it didn't just have to be alcoholic beverages. He would do this with anything. He even did it with milk and honey in one of his videos. But he could like drink an entire like one of those big beer mugs that is this high in like 1 second. Could drink it, and so it was like he was doing these challenges with a bunch of different things, and he had like this hillbilly hat with the nail going through the front of it, and he would wear overalls, and he really did live up in the Tennessee mountains. He you know, he wasn't really putting on the persona as much as he was just being himself. He was very much, you know, an up in the mountains kind of guy. And yeah, somehow that had gotten him 300,000 subscribers on TikTok, those videos. He showed me one. It was entertaining. I'm going to agree. It was entertaining. And then he said, well, then I branched out to YouTube, and it's been 5 months, and I've only got 5,000 subscribers. And I just looked at him. I said, I've been going for 2.5 years now, and I've only got 1,200 subscribers. He's like, really? That makes me feel pretty good. I didn't know. I thought I wasn't doing that good. He doesn't have his watch hours, of course, because he's only been at it for a few months. So he can't monetize yet. But, yeah, he's got 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. So he did a short little video talking about how he was getting his drawing done. Because I did a drawing of him at the flea market. And he's like, I'm getting my drawing done over here at the Great Smokies Flea Market with Ashtoons. Look at his YouTube channel. And he did a little shot of my sign and a picture of the picture that I did of him. And like me, like, oh, look what I did. And, you know, put it all together, put it up on his TikTok channel. And he gets like, you know, like 100,000 views on every one of his videos. So I'm thinking the next day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have, you know, at least another 100 subscribers. Maybe? Well, since then, the number of subscribers that I've gotten, new subscribers that I've gotten from it was 0. A big fat 0. Misfits and Dreamers, I would only freak to a mouse for same sign going up. Okay. I know who he is. He's a very eccentric person on YouTube. Yes. Yeah, I thought you would probably know who he was, Tony. Because you do a lot of TikTok stuff. But, you know, and I've heard Will say this a bunch of times, that, you know, like a shout out on somebody else's channel can only do so much. Because if somebody takes a look at your stuff and it's just not their thing, they're not going to subscribe. And if you like 60-second videos of a hillbilly chugging milk and honey out of a big pitcher, you know, and that's entertaining to you, and then you take a look at somebody like me that does 15-20 minute long vlogs, that's not going to be something you want to see, and you're not going to subscribe. And I don't want you to, you know. I don't want somebody subscribing if they're never going to watch. That's just excess. That's a false number at the end of it all. So yeah. So, you know, it's one of those things that you shout outs on other people's channels can only get you so far, but it's not going to make it. It's not going to make you develop that, you know, following that's actually loyal. The only way to do that is the way that I've been doing it, is to continually update and develop and build a viewing audience naturally, instead of trying to get like a get-rich-quick shout-out on a big YouTuber's channel. I mean, if I got a shout-out on Casey Neistat's channel, the same thing would probably happen, because Casey Neistat, the people that watch his videos, they like drone reviews, and they like those really fast-paced, kind of loud, New York City, you know, jump cuts and stuff like that. I don't do that kind of stuff, and they would not. I wouldn't get anybody from it. It just wouldn't work. So, you know, that's something I learned this week. Yeah. Anyway. Alright, so what else? Does anybody else have any other questions? I've been on TikTok around half a year now, and I just now hit 2,500 followers on there. It helps me get noticed on Instagram more here now on YouTube. I asked Red about all these rumors that TikTok is going to get banned in the United States. Do you have a YouTube play button on truck with your YouTube name? On your truck with your YouTube name. I'm almost afraid to do that. I actually heard, I don't know how true this is, but I heard it from somebody that people that like to do insurance scams, they look for vehicles that have company decals on them. And that's the ones that they'll purposely run into because they believe that vehicles with company decals have the money to pay out big payments, insurance payments. So I've been kind of afraid to do that. While no idea the nest thing about, let's see, while not ideal, the neat thing about doing it slow is what those will be the ones who stick around and be dedicated. Keep doing your thing, then it will grow and take off before you know it. You never asked who is gonna get it. We know the right people will get it. Joel Hogan's on Mystery Science Theater 3000. Oh, Joel, that's right, Joel. You never asked who is gonna get it. We know the right people will get it. Okay. Mystery Science Theater is definitely a show that has a core dedicated audience that is going to watch everything MST3K, including myself. If it says MST3K, I don't care who the hosts are, I'm watching it. I love it. I absolutely love it. TikTok did get bought by a company named Oracle sometime this week. It's not going to get banned now because the American side of it is now owned by American companies. The reason why they were going to ban it, I believe, was for the same reason why YouTube was getting in trouble at the beginning of the year because of the whole NAFTA thing. Not NAFTA. What do they call that? Where you weren't allowed to gather cookies on underage users. Something like that. There wasn't any kind of age restrictions on different things of TikTok, and so it was considered spying and gathering illegal information. So whatever company does buy it is going to have to start putting some restrictions on, like, age limits and things like that, and find a way to put that in place. COPPA, there you go, thank you. Child Online Protection Act. Parental Protection Act. Child Online Parental Protection Act, I believe. This is COPPA. Yeah, that's what Red said, is that Microsoft might buy TikTok. So, crap. Thank you, Dan. Dan the Mountain Man. Yeah. So, yeah, they're going to have to somehow get TikTok to be COPPA compliant. And if I know COPPA right, they're not going to give them very much time to make it compliant. So they're going to have to be compliant somehow. But knowing that they're not going to be banned, I'm thinking maybe I should get back on TikTok. TikTok is really not my style, though, man. It's so short. Everything is so short on TikTok. Little 60-second videos. I mean, I can put out a few things here and there, but it's I don't see that ever really being my thing. Anyway, uh, yeah. So that happened this week. You guys already saw everything else. We had my sister come over with her 3 kids, and we all went out to Cades Cove. That was fun. If TikTok was smart, they'd make a child version of the app there, be an adult version and kids version. That would be the ideal way to do it, yes. I'm a hermit. I've never been on TikTok and even used the old Vine. Never used or even used Vine. Yeah, TikTok is kind of the new Vine, I believe. Yeah, I thought TikTok was going to go the same way as Vine, and just one day it'd be all gone, completely gone. And now we have, you know, Jake Paul for that came over from the Vine. Wahoo! YouTube. Oh, is Nikki Huda? Oh, look, here's Nikki Huda. Hey, Nikki Huda. Good to see you here. Nestor. Hey, Nestor. What are you doing? Uh, come to Mr. Mountain Man live stream on Monday night, and he'll encourage you to promote your YouTube channel. Encourages you to promote your YouTube channel. Let me see. What was the name on that again? Mr. Mountain Man. That's easy to remember. 3 M's. Mr. Mountain Man. What do you think about Mr. Mountain Man, Nestor? Channel mascot. Over here. No? Okay. You can take your video that you make on YouTube and upload it to TikTok. It will be highlighted, be a highlight part of the video. Okay. So what Tony is saying is I take the things that happen in the videos that are a big deal. Like, I guess it would be like when we saw the bear or something like that, and just cut that out and put that on TikTok, and then just say, if you want to see the rest of it, go to YouTube. That's a good idea. That is actually a very good idea. That is, yeah, I'm going to have to get on that. Let's see. I like things to be encouraging and compare my and capture my attention. If TikTok could, let's see, capture my attention. If TikTok could talk a little more and longer, then I would probably use it. Okay. Yeah. Part of the reason why I uninstalled it was because it did ask permission to, like, see or link to my YouTube account, and I was kind of worried that that would, like, put another window for hackers to come into my YouTube account. So I was a little worried about that. And then one day it got to where it would only play like 1 second of each video, and then it would just freeze. And I would flip to the next one, it would play 1 second and then freeze. And I was thinking, something screwy's going on here. There might be there might be somebody trying to hack their way through. So I uninstalled it. Triggers my OCD. Came with most all meme videos. If it's short and repetitive, I have to bail. I totally understand, Hookah Dave. Are looking forward to doing drawing at Malia and Big Joe's camp meeting. Oh yes, very much so. I'm still trying to think of what I should bring. I don't want to show up empty-handed. I'm thinking I need to bring some kind of covered dish. Last time I thought about it, I was talking about that on the channel. I was saying like a pesto and cream cheese pinwheel. That is good, but I'm thinking maybe I should do like a feta and cabbage salad of some kind, like a coleslaw or a feta salad, something like that. I don't know how well that would go over at a barbecue, but you know, I'm pretty good at making them. I gotta find something else to make too, to bring. Maybe I should make some more pinto beans. You guys know I'm good at making pinto beans. Maybe we should just make a bunch of pinto beans. The video freezing is a glitch. Too many users trying to use the platform at once. Usually I just leave the app for a bit and come back to it. Oh, okay, so it wasn't somebody trying to hack into my phone. Okay, well that's good to know. Thank you, Tony. Makes me feel a little bit better. Hey brother, just tuning in. Okay. Well, hello, Kid or Cat. That's a very cool name. Someone's coming to get food. Piles of coming to get food, tiles, and glasses out of the yard tomorrow. Mark says there is a new hole in the ceiling. Oh, okay. So Nikki Houdat's having some home repair problems. Oh dear. Oh, that's right. Nikki Houdat actually had the hurricane. The hurricane that came through actually hurt pretty hard over there. Hey, Nikki, I can only imagine how inconvenient. That's right. She was out of power for a few days. The situation is, are you able to stay at the house yet? Wow, boy, Nikki Houdat's really going through it, you guys. I'm really sorry. Let's see. A fresh salad or cold pasta salad might be a welcome addition to lighter fare for those who don't eat heavy meats and such. Okay. Well, in that case, the feta salad would be good. Good feta and cabbage salad. I'm thinking like a red cabbage, feta cheese, some pickled beets, and craisins with a lot of cucumbers added in. Maybe some celery stalks. Well, I mean, that's something I would have liked. Like an olive oil and apple cider vinegar dressing with some Italian seasoning. Continue prayers for Nikki. Yes, everybody say a prayer for Nikki because she is really going through it. We're trying to recover from the hurricane. Okay, so it looks like we do have a newcomer. Kid or Cat, tell us about yourself, where you're from, and how'd you find out about the channel. Thank you, Karen. We still have the other half of the house, so I'm sure Aaron's insurance will say it's livable. Well, that's good. It's always nice to be able to come home. I can make a meal just off pickled beets. Love them. Blend them up to use as a salad dressing. I did not think of that. Okay, that is a very good idea. Okay, Foxy Wolf says, always for Nikki, pray and for those who may be impacted by the new storm brewing. Oh, that's right. There are some tropical depressions that are kind of brewing off the coast right now. Yeah. Hopefully they'll stay out there or go further out to sea. Let's all just hope maybe they will. We don't need more bad things happening this year. He said he's not a fan of pickled beets. How could you not like pickled beets? You might not be aware of this, but there's a lot of candies and stuff that use they use beet sugar instead of corn syrup because it's a little bit sweeter, a little better than corn syrup. Prayers, Sally's, beet sugar. Funeral host. I can't find pickled beets right now or beets. Can't understand it. Crazy. There's I actually got a big jar of them from a flea market, farmer's market. Yeah, it's the flea market that I work at has got a farmer's market right outside the building, and they had a big old jar of them out there. They're not real common. It is kind of hard to find pickled beets sometimes. I'm diabetic too. I can just have you just have to be careful and not use that much. Let's see. I don't wish this on anyone, but I don't want to go through it twice in a month. That would be bad. Abundant prayers for those in need, for He knows our struggles. Will never leave nor forsake. That's true. Let's see, the funeral host, have you been pickled with Famous Dave's barbecue? Famous Dave's. I haven't heard of that one. Yeah. I am glad you got your power back on and you got the other side of the house that you can live in for a while there. Nikki, that's, wow. Yeah, I'm just really sorry. Really sorry that you have to go through that. Oh, I've never tried Famous Dave's. Okay. No, I have not been to Famous Dave's. Not sure where it is at the moment. Haven't gotten out in a long time with the whole mess. 2020 is one year I would definitely like to erase from the calendar. That's right. Fordman, aka Kenneth. I totally understand. I've said it many times that after this year is over, I'm burning the calendar. At the same time, I also kind of feel like I need to learn how to do some canning, because we don't know what next year is going to be like. So that's something I'm going to have to learn how to do. I'm going to learn how to do some canning so that I've got some like fresh vegetables and stuff for next year, canned up for next year. Let's see. Midnight December 31st. We will not speak of it anymore. Story has it we don't have the Famous Dave's, but they do sell their stuff in the grocery stores, like the pickled cornbread mix. Pickles and cornbread mix, excuse me. I've got some farmers friends saying a sugar shortage is coming up next. That's possible. We could all do with a little less sugar, though, honestly. But yeah, I've actually stocked up on some dry goods, but you know, space is limited in the little studio here. But yeah, I could stand to do with a little more like canned goods and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna start stocking up on that a little bit. Make sure I've got some stuff. I really want to stock up on my canned fish. You guys know how much I love canned fish, but the problem with that is canned fish actually doesn't last as long as you think it would. It lasts maybe a year, and then it starts getting kind of rancid. It's the can starts to puff up. Once you see a can of sardines or tuna or something start to like get that little bulge to it, no, yeah, that's it. It's done. You can't eat it after that, and that happens after about a year. So yeah, I really want to find a way to like actually store up some meat. I mean, other than spam, how are you gonna do it? How are you gonna store meat? Jerky, maybe. You can't can it. Salt pork. That was how they used to do it. They would do a whole like ships that would sail for months back when all they used was wind power. They had salt pork. That was what their meat was. Amish jerky. Okay. Well, there are some Amish stores around here. That might be the way to do it. I can beets. That would probably taste pretty good. Our local fresh tomatoes are going to be out of season, so boxes of coals are cheap and perfect to can. Coals, okay. Yes, you can meat, and they keep like veggies. Canned chicken, roasted ground beef. Okay, Foxy, that is good to know. I didn't know that was something you could do. I had no idea there. Well, thank you. I actually bought a dehydrator, you guys. I actually bought a dehydrator. I found it at a thrift store for $5. It's one of the big round ones. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get a bunch of like bags of onions and bell peppers and stuff like that, and dry and powder them, and that way I can use that to like throw in soups and stuff like that, and like get that onion bell pepper flavor into things. I've actually done that before. It's a really good way to get that onion bell pepper flavor. You can actually put powdered onions and bell peppers into ground beef and make hamburger patties with it, and oh man, it's really good. In order to store meat, you have to cure it, and a lot of salt in areas below 50 degrees all year round. Let's see, salt in areas below 50 degrees all year round. All right, like a root cellar. I don't know either. Let's see. Coals are the perfect overripe but bruised tomatoes. Okay. I know I've gotten those like cans of crushed tomatoes that are probably something like what you're talking about. They're really good in spaghetti sauce. Oop. Sorry. Charger just fell off. There we go. Got it back. Alright, we're good. Let's see, Nikki, put in glass jars and you can just like veggies. Put in glass jars and can just like veggies and store on shelves. Just make sure to pressure can, not water, bath can. Okay. Also the season to start jams and jellies. Dave, I actually prefer the heirloom Oxheart, Oxheart tomatoes and the old bull boar stripe tomatoes. Let's see. I love to can, make pickles, jams, and jellies. I've heard of like people having like whole canning parties where you have a bunch of people over. It was kind of like the Cherokee purples. Oh yeah, those are some good tomatoes. Um, like the old corn shucking parties they used to have back in the old days, like canning parties where everybody gets together and you like I don't know. Let's see. If I remember right, to can something, you have to put all the ingredients into the can and then put into the jar. Most of the time it's like a mason jar. You put that mason jar down into boiling water, and then while it's hot, you screw the cap on, and then when it cools, it pulls a vacuum. I think, I think that's how that goes. So that doesn't sound like a fun party to me. We're gonna watch a bunch of cans boil, but I guess they say many hands make light work. Makes light work. So if you have a lot of canning to do, you could probably get a lot of it done pretty quick if you have a bunch of people over. Let's see, lots of YouTubers on it for homesteaders. Okay, yeah. That's it, Ashley. It's more fellowship than it is fun part. Okay, that I can totally understand. My family used to do it all the time when we were little and outside area, everyone working, and then make the huge meal, play games and things while waiting on batches. Now that does sound like fun. That does something. When you say play games, I'm thinking horseshoes. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking horseshoes. That would be the perfect kind of game to play on a day like that. We used to have men pulling corn and women peppering and canning, prepping and canning, pulling corn. So like pulling the shuck off of the corn, or the husk off corn. Like then throw the finished corn cob into the pile and who can pull the husk off the most corn, right? If you drink alcohol, you could turn the party into a drinking game. Every time the vacuum seal goes pop, you can take a swig. Oh boy, you'd be drunk pretty quick. You try that. You can take a swig every time a batch is ready. That might be a better way to do it. I remember my great-grandmother canned stuff, but I was so little. I remember straining finger-shelled purple whole peas with my aunt, uncle, and grandparents. Purple whole peas. I did not know even such a thing even existed. That sounds awesome. Yeah. But I mean, to have like months and months worth of like fresh fruits and vegetables like on shelves where you can actually see them, that would be a very good sense of security. I would love to have that. So yeah, that's something I want to start doing. I'm going to have to, get most of it from the farmer's market because I didn't do a garden this year. Probably should have, but I was more concerned with getting the studio done. Dave, did you ever do the needle and thread to dry peas and to make shelly beans and peas, as we called it, shelly beans? I learned how you can, very young, like 12 or 13, when cutting off corn, if it would get all over you. Shucky beans. Alright. Well, guys, we have hit the hour mark, so we are going to have to bring this to a close. But it sounds like canning is something that you guys are excited about, so that sounds like something I need to get a little more into. And, yeah, it would be a good thing for me to get into that anyway. Be a good surety to get it all, get some prepping done. Um, so, yeah, like right now, I actually went by the Rural King today, and they had these big bags of Gala apples for $3, 3 bags of them. Because you can always like dry and powder them, or you can like make apple chips with them, that kind of thing. There's ways you can store them away. Have a good week, Ashtoons. Be safe. Yes, thank you, Dan the Mountain Man. So I might have to can some apples or make apple butter. That's something that I could make and can and store away, apple butter. So yeah, I think I might just start with that, because the apples are really cheap right now. Of course, peppers is something I'm interested in. More beets. Um, what else? Peaches. Oh my goodness, the peaches were so good this year, guys. I don't know how many of you guys actually got to taste the peaches this year. They were so good. Oh, and it's been such a good year for pears. Man, I've been eating the pears like crazy. So, yeah, to make a few jars of pear butter, too, would be good. We used to eat the corn cut off of the cob raw. My good Lord in heaven, when we went through afterwards. I'll imagine you probably got the squirts. Everyone have a wonderful week. Stay alert, be safe, and stay alive. Yes, thank you, Foxy. Alright, sounds like everybody's kind of signing off. We have hit that hour mark. It has been fun. We are up to $40 in donations today. So, I was not expecting that. I am very, very grateful. Thank you all so very much. We are monetized. I've got the pet portrait business thing is starting to roll. That's starting to go. I'm gonna do the live streams with I'm gonna try to do the live streams with the t-shirts this week. We got more cooking videos and some other videos that I'm not gonna say just yet. You just have to watch and see what they are. And so that's coming up this week. Of course, we've got the build videos. If I'm able to fix up the stuff from the studio, or not from the studio, from the displays on the sides of my booth, and then fixing up my easel, I've really got to do that. That's going to be a learning curve to do that. So that's coming up this week too. And so yeah, we're moving onward and upward. Thank you all so very much. But that's going to be it for Toon Squad number 74. Thank you all for tuning in and participating. And I think we got up to 32 today, which is really good. That is really, really good. I am so grateful. Thank you all so very much. And that will be it. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.